YouTube family, Kenny Pickett speaks on Shedeur Sanders and his injury with the Cleveland Browns.
It's coming along. Just trying to take it a day at a time. Frustrated not being able to, be out there competing, but trying to do my best to listen to what the doctors and trainers are saying and trust everything in the process.
You might be tempted to push it. How do you not?
Back, you're going to be that same.
And now, Unitas was cut. Went to the Colts, best quarterback ever.
Now.
Brady was a 5th or a 6th-round pick. Who cares? He's one of the greatest quarterbacks. Montana wasn't a 1st-round pick. Shedeur Sanders right now has ample opportunity on a team that has no quarterback, that has a great history, that needs a quarterback in the worst way. And if he's
it's coming along. Just trying to take it a day.
Those meetings to really just kind of stay in.
Yeah, I just go about it as if I'm practicing. Studying the script for the day. And like Tommy says, we're kind of treating each practice like a game plan. Getting it the night before, being as fast as possible. I've never had a soft tissue injury like this.
Well, we're going to look at the full clips. We're going to go through the receipts. Thank you for watching another episode of IsmokeHiphop Live. I'm your guy, DJ Bless One, the best one. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's start the show the right way. Give me my theme song.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my.
So, Cleveland, we got a problem. But before we even talk about it, let's go deeper. A lot of you guys wanted to know more things about the Kenny Pickett injury. A lot of people have been hitting me up, and I'm like, let's break it down. I'm more sticking to the competition, but I don't have anything against Kenny, and I would like to hear what he has to say. So he talked Saturday, which is today, earlier, about how he's feeling, how he thinks about Shedeur's injury and his. We're going to let Kenny speak, and then we're going to hear from ESPN's very own Mad Dog. Now, I love Mad Dog. We're going to see if we have to, disagree or agree with Mad Dog, but let's get to Kenny first.
It's coming along. Just trying to take it a day at a time. Frustrated not being able to, be out there competing, but trying to do my best to listen to what the doctors and trainers are saying and trust everything in the process.
You might be tempted to push it. How do you not?
Back, you're going to be that same guy, you're going to have to manage it.
No, I'll have to manage it whenever I'm back, probably a few weeks after, based on the injury and where I'm at. But I think it gives me a great opportunity just to work from the pocket, find checkdowns, really improve my game from the pocket. So I think if I look at it with that lens, it could be a real positive.
Is it your target to be ready for the Carolina practice?
I can't say if that's the target or not. I want to be out there. I think there's ways that I could be able to get out there. Really. I don't think so. I think it's, next man up, and when you're not in a competition, I think you're losing ground. I think that's just the nature of the business, the nature of the game. So it's great for those two guys to get extra reps, and, me and Shedeur got to get back out there.
Can you or no?
I agree with him. Him and Shedeur got to get back out there. Now, what's going on when you have these soft tissue injuries, people think it was your lack of preparation. Now, Kenny said this is his first one. I'm going to take him on his word for it. He also said he worked very hard to strengthen up his core this year. But we do know when you get injuries like that, maybe you worked great to a certain degree, but did you get the right professionals around you? The right trainers, because this type of injury happens, but it shouldn't happen for a guy that's prepared. But nonetheless, I'm not going to discredit Kenny because of that injury, because of the frequent amounts of people that this injury occurs on. You just got to, you know what I mean? But part of me really believes that the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to do a separate video on that. I for some reason, I believe the Cleveland Browns are lying about this. Kenny's already projected, and they announced that he was the starter currently going into camp and training camp, that is, and preseason. So it's his job to lose, basically. So that's why he's telling y'all he don't want to lose that much reps, but he's not concerned. The Browns literally gave him the starting job. That's why they traded for Kenny, and they didn't use much to trade for him. I told you, getting Shedeur Sanders was a brand piece. Getting Shedeur Sanders had nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders with winning X's and O's. We'll get to that later, but let's get the Mad Dog on what he had to say regarding the the injury or the position and status of Shedeur overtaking the quarterback competition of the Cleveland Browns?
Cares what Randy's drafted in now. Unitas was cut, went to the Colts, best quarterback ever.
now.
Brady was a 5th or a 6th round pick. Who cares? He's one of the greatest quarterbacks. Montana wasn't a 1st round pick. Shedeur Sanders right now has ample opportunity on a team that has no quarterback, that has a great history, that needs a quarterback in the worst way. And if he's good and if he earns the job, he's going to get the job. All right, so, I mean, they're not going to not give him the job because he was a 5th round pick and Dylan Gabriel's better. If he's better than Dylan Gabriel and he's better than Pickett and he's better than Flacco, he will start on a team that is starved. They haven't been to a Super Bowl. On a team that is starved, on a city that is starved for a winner, that hasn't had a quarterback in a long time. If he plays well, that includes preseason, he's going to get his chances.
I mean, the only thing I'll take away from Mad Dog is the fact that Mad Dog really believes that it's a fair competition. He's saying if Shedeur does this, if Shedeur does that, and I'm thinking, Mad Dog, you know, you can't act like he has a motive or something. Mad Dog is a cool dude. He respects our community very well. I known Mad Dog for I'm over 2 decades now. I think I hit him up before on Twitter, or his staff member replied, but I don't think we ever had a conversation with each other. But Mad Dog is a cool dude, bro. If you know, you know. More than 2 decades. Like when I was a teenager, I was listening to Mad Dog. Like at 15 or 14, this is factual, on the radio and everything, and I didn't have cable. I'm not gonna go to the degree and tell you how I was listening to Mad Dog, but salute to my big brother Lewis, who definitely was in the paint and getting us certain connections. But Mad Dog, you're confused, brother. I know I just built you up, gave you all that flour, but nah, bro. Your heart is too pure at times, bro. Like, nah, bro. You're too gullible and you're being way too naive, bro. It is not a fair competition. No matter how great Shedeur plays, it will keep happening. And I'm going to show you guys something to make it make sense. Check this out right quick. Tell me if I'm tripping. This is the quarterback tracker for yesterday, Friday. Sanders, 49 of 70. You see that? 49 of 70. That's for not Friday. I'm going to show you the Fridays one. This is for the entire camp. Shedeur overtakes all of them in percentage, completion-wise, touchdowns to 0 interceptions ratio. But he did throw 1 interception. I don't know why they didn't add it there, or maybe that just wasn't there at the time. We're going to hope that's the case. But let's look at Friday's stats. Friday's stats, Joe Flacco, 9 of 13. Kenny Pickett, we know he was out with the injury. Dylan Gabriel, 3 of 14, guys. This is Friday. This is with Shedeur having a sore arm. We know that because he didn't play today. He didn't practice on Saturday today, and his arm was sore. Shedeur, 7 of 10. With an injured arm, supposed injured arm. 1 touchdown at that. But Dylan, 3 of 14. But Mad Dog wants you to believe it's a fair competition. Like I said, he's being naive. Now, I'm going to go back to Kenny Pickett to take us home with more reaction towards his injury and Shedeur's one.
You still stay involved in the team meeting room, in those meetings to really just kind of like stay in.
Yeah, I just go about it as if I'm practicing, you know, studying the script for the day, and like Tommy says, we're kind of treating each practice like a game plan, you know, getting it the night before, being as fast as possible. I've never had, you know, a soft tissue injury like this, so really a first-time experience in my career. I felt like I came in great shape, was hitting numbers speed-wise that I've never hit before, so it's frustrating that it happened, but having it, you know, I really don't know what to expect going through the process, just really listening to the doctors and the trainers.
Do you feel like this affects something like an injury like that? What is it, treatment?
Treatment? I think, you know, I've been doing stuff pretty much 24/7, like, you know, getting in at like 6:30, stretching, strengthening, ice, stim, some heat before I go out. That's why I'm pushing to get back, you know, as fast as possible.
And could there possibly be a silver lining? I know you mentioned some of the positives, but
yeah, I'm happy it happened early in camp, you know, and not 3 or 4 weeks in.
I agree. If you have an injury, it's kind of better it happens early, but I don't believe this situation, and I'm going to break it down, but I need y'all to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching another episode of IsmokeHiphop Live. I'm your guy, DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids. Truly indeed. Stay blessed, gang. Peace.
Heart been broke so many times.